Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you for stopping in today. We have a knife to unbox coming into us from Tenable. Thank you to them for sending this in for us all to take a look at. If you like knife and EDC content, you are in the right spot. Make sure you are subscribed here to the channel. I release daily videos. Hit the thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. Let us know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. So Tenable, if you're not familiar, is the sister company to Concept. Concept, they wanted to put out a distinguishable brand of affordable knives, and that is what they have accomplished with Tenable. I will have this linked down below along with their website. And this is going to be a new design from them. And they just started up this year, but they have put out some very solid budget knives. Now this one here is going to be called, I think it's the Rafe or the Rafe, R-A-F-E. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know the designer is 4T5 Design. And he is a guy out of Canada, and he's a huge gearhead, EDC knives. So this guy is right up my alley. He said he likes mean designs. I read a little bio on him. He likes very mean lines in regards to the knife, but he wants something very useful as well. And I think he's on to something very good here. Now we are looking at 14C28N for the blade steel, which is a solid choice. We have a beautiful stone wash finish on that blade. Very, very nice stone wash. And then we have this very low drop foot style blade. It's a drop point. It's a sheep's foot becoming a drop point. It looks very good, whichever way you want to look at it. And then we have this mean blade stock rolling down to the tip there. And that is going to be great for controlled precision cuts with that tip. Because of this area here, you'll be able to easily choke up behind that blade, get a ton of control. We have a fuller front and rear flipper for deployment here. Rear flipper works very good. We've been seeing this style more and more, and it tends to work very good because you are up above that pivot, so you can just get so much more leverage on this blade to kick it out. And with the right detent, you can have yourself some very good flipper action. Now we do have this fuller, which will be accessible from both sides. It's not very sharp as far as, digging into your fingers. Some people, should we stay low? Yeah, it's easier if you stay like middle to low. But you can do it from up there with a little umph. Thumb flick is very easy from the fuller there. And then that front flipper is going to work very well. If you're obsessed with reverse flick, it's not going to be money up in here because the detent's a little stronger. You're going to have to ride like middle to low. But in that case, it's strong. The detent's strong, and the fuller's not very sharp. So that is something to take into consideration. I don't know if, it's definitely a way you can deploy it. If that was a little deeper or this was just a little bit more aggressive up here, I think it would be even better. We are looking at micarta for the handle material on this particular one, a blue jean micarta. They do have several micartas. They have several G10s, and then they have what they're calling stacked G10, which is, just G10 with a G10 onlay, different colors and whatnot. Now we are looking at, for the first time, a Tenable that has the ability to be switched over for left-hand carry, which a lot of lefties have been looking for from Tenable. I've heard time and time again that they would buy the knife, but there's no option for left-hand carry, so they're not buying it. Now it's good to see we got the left-hand option there, and we do have good access to that liner there. No chamfer or nothing like that, but it's easy to get to, easy to disengage. We are looking at a nicely centered up blade there. Maybe off to the, maybe slightly off to the show side, a smidge. That could be just a turn of the pivot. And the closing action is very good. Nice and controlled. Let's see how big or small this knife really is. Just under a full-size knife for sure. So we're looking at 7.5 overall. We're looking at 3 inches of cutting edge and 3 1/4 of total blade. So very, very standard in its size as far as its length goes, but it is going to be quite a bit taller and more substantial. So if you're someone who likes that 3 1/4 inch blade, but you're not real keen on some of these thinner, skinnier handled knives, this might be a good option because of how tall and thick that handle is. We can put up a couple of comparisons here. We have the Vosteed Raccoon and the Kaiser Drop Bear here. And you'll see the Vosteed Raccoon is going to be a little bit longer, where the Drop Bear is going to be almost identical in its length. But here is that perfect example of the Rafe here being quite a bit taller in its handle and even its blade. And here we got the CJRB Frac, which is a big boy, and the full-size Kaiser Militol, and these are going to both be quite a bit longer than the RAF. A good size comparison is actually going to be the Bug Out as far as its length goes. Very similar to the Bug Out in length, but going to have a much more substantial feel in the RAF. As far as the weight goes, this is going to be a healthy knife. I'm going to bet it feels around 5 ounces or so. We got steel liners, nice thick micarta handles, and a heavy blade. 3.5 inch, or no, it's 3 1/4 on the blade. It feels close to 5 ounces. So it's 4.6. So it's getting there. It's getting there, 4.6. As far as what this looks like in the pocket, we'll get our Issuing Stitches Hank out here, and we'll see what this looks like. And it'll carry nice and deep. You'll have a little tiny bit poking out, but not a whole lot. And that pocket clip does look clean and a very neutral pocket clip. Seems to have good retention. Yeah, pretty good retention on there as well. It is different than what we typically see from some of these budget knife offerings. And it seems to, it dies off there right as it comes back up, which means you should have, you don't really feel, now all hands will be different, but I don't really feel that pocket clip in hand at all, which is good. Maybe the very tail end of it here. And what's cool is the way this is set up, I can get a cramped 4-finger grip down here at the bottom and then climb up here and really spread out if I want to, or I need a bunch of control, which is nice. There's plenty of handle here to kind of spread out. So whether you have medium-sized hands or a little bit larger like XL hands, you should fit comfortably on the handle. Let's see what kind of edge they put on this thing here. Very good edge. Very good. Yeah, and it's got a nice tall blade, so a little bit thicker on the blade stock, but it's tall enough to the point where it comes down pretty thin. When we dive into this knife a little deeper, we'll have to check that, and we'll put it up against some other material and see how it does up against something a little bit denser. And then there you can see the maker's mark there by the Fuller. I'll try to link his website down below as well. Last thing we need to check here is going to be that lockup, and it's fairly early, about 25 or 30%, but we do have an uncoated blade and uncoated liner. So we'll get the spine whacker out here. Feels good. Sounds good. Yeah, she's good. Very good. I'll have to look back, but I don't know if I've ever had a concept knife fail the lock test, no matter what lock it is. I'll have to go back and look, but I don't think I've ever had a concept fail. That's impressive. Can't say that for every company, that's for sure. We have chamfered off edges around the handle, so that'll soften up the grip a little bit. Everything is nice and flush here. Couple of standoffs. Yeah, and these are going to be coming in under, $60, I think. So, and I think I have a coupon code for Tenable, which would definitely take them down under 60. And that's going to compete heavily with everything else that is out there on the market in regards to materials. Tenable and Concept are going to have a great reputation, though at least Concept does, in building some very, very high quality budget knives. You guys will have to let me know, what do you think of the new Tenable line of knives? I know I like this one. I like the Bomber. I've liked every single one that's pretty much come out. I'm looking forward to the Fenrir coming up in November. I believe it should be this month, maybe next month if it got pushed back. But Tenable can do a lot of really cool designs from the premium side of things and make them into a budget offering. So looking forward to that. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new to the channel, I release daily knife and EDC content just like this. Make sure you are subscribed here to the channel and ring the bell. That'll notify you anytime I release new content. I will put a couple of new videos up on your screen. Go check one of them out and have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.